Hi everyone, it's Carissa at Sprinkled with Glitter, and I am here with a project for you today. This project is actually a gift card holder, but you could apply it to the front of a card too if you wanted. I'll kind of explain to you the alterations that you can do to make that work on the front of a card. I used the Cricut Lite Latte cartridge to cut this set of shapes out. This is the cup 2 or something like that. It's this one right here on the front of the cartridge. And I cut this all at 7 1/4. Now 7 1/4, if you can see here, these don't look 7 1/4. It comes with like this little smoke that I'm not using, and that's why the whole thing is 7 1/4. So in order to come up with my size, I had to play around with it. Here is an old hotel key. I keep these and I just throw them in my crafting stash because they are the same size as a gift card, and it just kind of helps me plan projects when I'm working with them. So if you can kind of imagine, this is going to end up being my gift card holder, and the gift card is going to slide in the top of this cup just like that. Okay, so let's get started. I have all of my pieces, and if you'll notice, I've cut 2 of the base. And the reason I did that is because these are going to sit on top of each other and create the channel. So I can set one of those aside, and this is completely up to you. If you wanted to decorate both the front and the back so that when you flip it over that you would see on both sides, that would work too. What I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to take these 2 pieces and they're going to layer on here. I'm going to run them through my Cuttle bag with the embossing folder. Okay, so I've run those through the Cuttle bag, and what I'm going to do now is I just have a sponge and some crumb cake ink, which is the same color as this, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color around the edge of this just because I want it to have a little more depth and not look so flat. So I can just kind of do that. Okay. I'm going to start assembling this. And I'll show you what this piece is for in just a minute. I'm going to start out, this piece is the lid of the cup, and I am going to attach that using dimensional adhesive. So there's that, and then I can attach it to the base. Okay, so those pieces are down, and you can see my little cups coming together here. Now this piece here, I wanted to make my belly band on this have some patterned paper, but I didn't want the cup, the base itself, to be cut out of patterned paper because I wanted it to be nice and thick cardstock. So what I decided to do was just cut a piece, and this piece is 1 3/8 inches, I believe, wide. So what I thought I'd do is just go ahead and I'll attach this to the cup. Okay, and so now that I have that attached, I can grab this craft blade that I have, and I'm going to flip it over so I can see it, and I'm just going to run it along that edge there and cut these pieces off. And that way it gives me a nice smooth edge that's the same shape as my cup. Okay, so my cup is coming together here. I'm going to go ahead and attach this using some more dimensional adhesive. And then sometimes on these little cuts like this, rather than try to run a line along this cut, I just kind of put these little teeny dots of glue. And I hope you can see it because it's kind of dark against that black. But I just put little dots, and then I will attach it to this. Okay, you can see my cup coming together, and this was just basic assembly. The only thing I really changed was adding that strip of pattern paper in there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to start making this the gift card holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my hotel key here, or my gift card, and I am going to grab some of this Scotch foam adhesive tape, and I'm just going to cut off a piece. And since I'm running a little low, I'm going to, and also because I have narrow spots where this needs to go, I am going to just cut this right down the middle. And I'm going to start putting strips of this down around this gift card. So I have that strip there, and I can cut it off. Then I can use this strip along there. Make sure that'll be able to slide in and out. And then along the bottom, because this cup is actually longer than the gift card itself, and if I left it like that, this would slide all the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how far I want it to stick out of the top, and I'm going to put another strip of this this foam tape along the bottom here. And that way, when I stick my gift card in there, it's not going to slide past that point. And then I can just finish up by adding a couple more pieces to make sure this is nice and stable. And I'll bring in my second piece here. Line it up nice and straight there. And then just press it down. Okay? Now, if you wanted to add this on the front of the card, rather than, you would do everything the same, but you wouldn't have to use this back part. You could just put the foam tape around your gift card and then attach this to the front of a card, and that would make that pocket for you to stick this in. Okay, so just if you want to alter it that way, you can definitely do that. I'm going to bring in some twine. I'm picking up this little bit of blue color that's in the pattern paper that I chose for the heart. And I am just going to tie it in a little bow here. And then what I like to do to keep my twine in place is I'll just take a little bit of this glue and just put a little dot behind that knot and then press that down. And that just kind of holds it in place. Make sure it's not going anywhere. I have a couple finishing touches. I mean, this is pretty well done, but I would like to add a little bit of glitter to it. So I'm going to use my Stardust Stickles here. I'm going to go around the edge of this heart. And then I'm going to take some glossy accents, and you will see I have a needle stuck to the top of my lid, and that keeps my thing from clogging up, so my nozzle, so when I put it back in, the needle slides down into that nozzle, just so you know. And then I'm just going to go over this cafe with the glossy accents. While I was doing the glossy accents, I had a little accident here. I got off of it a little bit, so I'm just going to take this toothpick, and go in and pick up some of this. This got really thick right here. I just got a little carried away, I guess, so I can just kind of take some of that off and move it around. And then I went off the edge in a couple of places, so I'll just clean that up before it dries. Alright, so here is my project for today. It's so easy to do, and I think that you'll find it very useful. You don't just have to use a coffee cup shape. You could find any shape that you like and do this with it by just layering it. But if you wanted to add a sentiment, what you could do is cut a little banner piece like this and then just attach it onto the front of this as well, and it would be really cute to have it kind of hanging over. And I did check this, and I believe it will fit on an A2 size card, so you could definitely use that as well, which means that it will also fit in an A2 envelope, which makes it really nice too. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.